Hello, my name is Katie Murray, and I will be sharing the vision plan for the Glen Park Elementary School Library with you. Glen Park School is located in the Glen Park neighborhood of San Francisco. The school serves 344 students in kindergarten through 5th grade. The student body includes 49% of students who are Latino, 21% of students who are white, 12% of students who are African American, 6% of students who are Filipino, 3% of students who are Asian, and 6% of students who are designated as 2 or more unspecified races. Other significant student groups within the school community are 63% of students are socioeconomically disadvantaged, 35% of students are English language learners, with Spanish being the most dominant language, and 16% are students with disabilities. The school houses a biliteracy instructional pathway, so 1/3 of students are native Spanish speakers who are learning to be literate in Spanish and transitioning into English. Glen Park School is a neighborhood school, with most students living within walking distance, but it is located very conveniently near a Bay Area rapid transit stop and a freeway exit, so some families commute via car or public transportation. Additionally, there is a bus of students that come each day from the Bayview neighborhood, which provides more diversity to the makeup of students enrolled. The staff, students, and families value the cultural, racial, and linguistic diversity of school community members and participate in celebrations recognizing various groups, such as Autism Awareness and African American History Month throughout the school year. Parents are very active and involved in volunteering on campus to support instruction and for special events. The mission of the Glen Park School Library is to inspire curiosity, provide a high-quality collection of print and digital materials that meet the educational, recreational, cultural, and linguistic needs of the community, teach students to be effective users of information, to promote critical thinking skills, to support literacy instruction in both Spanish and English, and instill a lifelong love of learning in students. This mission has been created to go hand in hand with the mission of the Glen Park School, which is the Glen Park School community prepares students to succeed in the 21st century. Our staff is committed to social justice and high achievement for all students. Through equitable access to knowledge and opportunities to learn, engaged students will become joyful, lifelong learners and productive citizens. In our community, everyone's voice is heard. We believe in continuing to nurture a rigorous professional learning community to develop an environment of cultural and social responsibility. We hold high expectations for all staff, students, and parents. The vision of the Glen Park School Library is connected to the mission and the mission of the school, and that they're all working together for the success of students. In this quote by Megan Harper, school libraries are uniquely poised to become an essential and integral element in student acquisition of 21st century literacy skills, and in helping educators address Common Core standards. They have an unprecedented opportunity to assume an instructional leadership role and create a facility that promotes instructional collaboration that will have a dynamic impact on academic achievement. At the Glen Park School Library, we will be working to provide students to access to 21st century literacy skills and provide an opportunity for teachers to participate in collaborative work and professional development that will be discussed later in our plan. The current situation within the library is that it is open daily from 8:20 a.m. until 3:50 p.m. for students, staff, and families to visit. The librarian is full-time, and the position is paid for 0.6 by funds from the library department, and 0.4 is allocated from on-site funds. Every class visits the library once a week for a 40-minute block of instruction during the school day. In addition to weekly class visits, the library is open each day before and after school for students to check books in and out, as well as at lunchtime for students to have a quiet place to read, draw, write, or make origami. Students also come to the library 2 days out of the week after school to participate in a tutoring program and receive homework help from teachers and the teacher librarian. The library is the location where staff meetings, parent-teacher organization meetings, school site council meetings, professional learning groups, and the English Language Advisory Committee meetings all take place, so it is well used by the whole school community. The library space is currently shared with the bilingual literacy support teacher and the literacy specialist, so the room is not all designated library space. The library is a hub of learning at Glen Park School where many special events, such as the twice-yearly book fairs, Puppy Dog Tales reading program, and Read Across America Week activities are held. Our vision for the future of the Glen Park School Library is to build on the already successful library programs which exist. Looking forward, the proposal for the Glen Park School Library is that the space will be transitioned back into a room that is designated specifically as a library. The literacy support will be relocated to another classroom on site, but the library will continue to be an area that is open for members of the school community to use for different purposes. Teachers that provide support for students are welcome to meet with individuals or small groups in the library space as needed during the school day and after. The library will have flexible seating areas and comfortable furniture that can be used for students working collaboratively, as well as by adult community members during their meeting times. Shelving will surround the walls of the library with clear signage to allow for easy location of titles. In an effort to embrace current trends, makerspace materials will be incorporated into the library program. The materials would be included in the daily library lunch bunch, as well as during after-school tutoring and with the Makerspace Club. The purchase of iPads and a large screen television for projecting while teaching students digital literacy lessons will give students the opportunity to practice their 21st century learning skills and work towards the California Common Core standards during their library instruction time. The iPads will be used for research, creation of student projects, coding activities, reading books online, and while participating in digital citizenship lessons. To provide more opportunity for the teacher librarian to collaborate with classroom teachers, a full-time paraprofessional will be hired to support the library programs and allow the teacher leader to push into classrooms for targeted instruction. The paraprofessional will help with the day-to-day operations of the school library, help run the lunch bunch, and lead clubs during the after-school program. In order to obtain community input, we will be forming a school library advisory committee, which will be made up of individuals who represent all the groups within the school community. The committee will include a staff member who works with students in the bilingual strand, an upper and lower grade teacher, a teacher who serves students with special needs, administrator, a library volunteer, students, at least one parent volunteer, the teacher librarian, and the librarian paraprofessional. The committee will meet throughout the school year to give input on what is working or what needs improvement in the school library. Members will also help plan and facilitate school-wide events such as the Book Exchange, Family Literacy Nights, Read Across America Week, Hour of Code, and the 2 book fairs. At the beginning and end of each school year, all students and staff will participate in a brief online survey where they can express their thoughts and feelings about the library. On the school library website, there will also be a section where users can provide feedback at any point during the school year. As a more informal source of information, there will be a notebook in the library where students and staff can write down book titles or book topics they would like to see added to the collection. Additionally, there will be comment cards community members can use to provide ongoing feedback for what is and isn't working within the library. All information gathered will be shared with the Advisory Council in order to make decisions about programming and funding for the library. All of these sources of community input will help the Glen Park School Library be as effective as possible in supporting the community. The proposed budget includes ideas for renovation of the library and ongoing costs that will keep the library programs up to date and functioning efficiently. All proposed expenditures are geared toward providing the community with necessary services and connect to the Glen Park School Library mission. Under the category of staffing, there would be one full-time credentialed teacher librarian who could teach engaging lessons that implement the Common Core state standards, collaborate with classroom teachers to support instruction, and provide digital literacy lessons. A trained paraprofessional will be added to the staff to provide support, release the librarian to push into classrooms to collaborate. Under the category of professional development, the teacher librarian and the paraprofessional would participate in conferences or trainings off-site to keep everything in the library up to date and current and incorporate new ideas into instruction and the programs offered. Under the category of information resources, there would be new print books in both English and Spanish added to the collection, as well as online database subscriptions for students to use. New furniture would be ordered to provide flexible options for working together in groups or independently for students and adults who use the library space throughout the day. Under the category of technology, there would be a new class set of iPads, a large screen television, and Apple TV ordered to supplement the technology which already exists within the library space and allow for instruction on digital literacy and Common Core state standard-based lessons. In the category of special programs, new makerspace activities and supplies would be purchased for students to be used throughout the school day. In order to best serve the needs of the school community, it's important to continually evaluate the library programs and performance of the teacher librarian. When planning assessment of a school library, there are many factors to consider. Effective assessment includes both direct and indirect evidence of student learning, in addition to the traditional measures of library success. A traditional form of assessment that would be used to keep the library best serving the needs of the community are the circulation statistics and library use statistics to see what materials are being used and at what times during the day the library is being used. Student evidence would be used as a form of assessment in terms of student performance on lessons and learning outcomes, as well as the student evaluations which happen throughout the school year. Indirect student evidence includes student engagement and student participation in the lessons, activities, and programs the library offers. The role of the teacher librarian includes many different aspects. As a professional developer, the teacher librarian will provide resources and professional development for staff members during meetings and throughout the school year as needed on an individual basis. As a collection manager, the teacher librarian will select materials that represent the diversity within the school community. As an advocate for literacy, the teacher librarian will work to provide reading, information, and technology literacy to students and staff. As an instructor, the teacher librarian will design standards-based lessons that integrate different practices and skills for students to participate in. As a program manager, the teacher librarian will develop programs that serve the members of all the community. And as a web designer, the teacher librarian will create a website so students are able to access the library materials 24 hours a day in any environment. Thank you for listening to my presentation.